Hey, how's it going everybody? And welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Ice Bears. So hopefully you do enjoy this, and if you do, consider leaving a like, and hopefully it does help you out in some way. And if you have any questions or suggestions, I'm going to leave that in the comment section down below. Really cool to see. So let's go ahead and go right into the deck profile. So starting off, the 3 Revealer, the starter for the Ice Bears, really nice. When it's on the field, you can discard one water monster from your hand, or one card from your hand, sorry, and then special summon one Ice Barrier Tuner from your deck. Pretty cool. And then if it's in your graveyard and a Ice Barrier monster requires you to discard cards from your hand to activate an effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. Then next, 3 Speakers. This is pretty cool because if you control an Ice Barrier, you can special summon it from your hand. And then if it's in the graveyard and you control an Ice Barrier monster, you can banish it to spawn a level 1 Ice Barrier token. Then next, 2 Hexia. Usually the card you'll bring out with Revealer. When it's on the field, you can send one Ice Barrier Tuner monster, or one Ice Barrier monster level 3 or lower, sorry. And then it gains the levels, so it can go all the way up to 3, which is pretty cool. Next, as kind of extenders for this specific build, 2 Silent Angler. If you control a water monster, you can special summon it. So it's just a free level 4 basically. But the downside to it is that once you special summon it, that's the only monster you can special summon from your hand for the rest of the turn. But usually it'll be the last one you do anyways. Next, 2 Effect Veilers. Now, if you have 3 Ash, definitely put them in. Unfortunately, I just don't have access to Ash at the moment, so I am running Effect Veiler. Just nice to stop your opponent's plays as much as possible. Next, for the 1-ofs, General Wayne. Now, I know a lot of builds run 2 to 3. I just felt like it bricked way too often, so I went ahead and put it to 1. It has a really nice effect when it's on the field. You can search one of your Ice Barrier spells from your deck, so pretty cool. And then Geomancer, level 3 tuner. The discard effects for this specific build isn't as important as in like the combo build, but it's still a really nice tuner. And then Zuijin of the Ice Barriers. Really cool. You want to get this to the graveyard as fast as possible to set up for the next turn, because when it's in the graveyard, you can target one of your level 3 or higher monsters, reduce its level by 2, and special summon it. And then for another tuner, the Defender of the Ice Bears. Really cool. Again, a level 3 tuner, but its effect is a lot better than Geomancer. When it's on the field and you control an Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot declare an attack with an attack higher than its defense, so just 1600. Then next, 1 Aqua Spirit, just as another level 4 extender that I'm trying out. Off to the spells. 3 Medallion of the Ice Bears, the Searcher. Pretty nice. Gets you your pieces that you're missing, of course. And another card that I really like that came out of the structure deck, the Winds over the Ice Barriers. Pretty cool because a lot of times I'll open Revealer, hopefully the effect goes off, and I'll special summon the Hexia, and then Hexia will send to the graveyard, and then I can use this to change that Hexia into a speaker, which is really nice. Then next, 2 of the Freezing Chains of the Ice Barriers. I didn't really like it at 3. I felt like I opened it up way too often. But yeah, pretty nice. When it's activated, you can special summon one of your Ice Barriers from the graveyard, level 4 or lower. Next, as sort of another extender for this deck, is Surface. You basically get to target 1 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard. Special summon in defense could help with synchros or links. And then next, 2 Pot of Desires. This deck could really use the draw power, and it's just nice to get some free draws if it goes through, of course. And then for the 1-ofs, one Book of Moon. Not seen as often, but a really cool card. You just target one of your opponent's monsters, put it in face down defense position. So of course you want to hit a combo piece before they go into their links or anything like that. And it could also hit the Exceeds and the Fusion and Synchro monsters. And then next, one Instant Fusion, just as another sort of extender. And for the last spell, Called by the Grave. Now I do run some traps in here, just because that's kind of how I like to play the game, but by no means you don't have to use these at all. You can replace them with hand traps or other spells or combo pieces, but for this build I am running 3 Crackdown. It just stills one of your opponent's monsters, puts on your side of the field, and if depending on what you still, you can use it for synchro material or link material. Really nice. And then 3 Fiendish Chain. Now this is a really old one, but basically you just activate it by targeting a monster on the field, negate its effects, and it cannot attack. And when it's destroyed, destroy this card. So pretty cool. And for the last 2 cards on the deck, 2 Lost Winds. Again, I wanted to focus on being able to negate my opponent's effects. This lets you target one face-up monster, negate its effects, and half its attacks. So pretty cool. And that will do it for the main deck, and that is 40 cards. Off to the extra really quick. We got 1 Mud Dragon for the Instant Fusion target, and it's nice that's level 4 water to help you go into Bahamut Shark and stuff like that. 1 Formula Synchron, really cool to use off of Halqifibrax to get a free draw, and being able to quick sync on your opponent's turn is always nice. Then Herald of the Arclight, Omni Negate, banishes cards from the that are sent to the graveyard. Desert Locust, another Halqifibrax target. You just the turn player has to discard a card, and then you can quick sync. So pretty cool. And then I am doing 1 Brionac, just because it's a level 6 generic. And then when it's on the field, you can discard any number of cards, and then return that many cards your opponent controls back to the hand. Unfortunately, I believe it does target. Yeah, unfortunately it does target, but still pretty nice to get rid of a lot of good monsters that can be targeted. And then for the Synchro 7, 1 Gungnir, pretty cool. You could discard up to 2 cards and then destroy that many cards your opponent controls. Then 1 Barlord Savage Dragon for negates, and a really nice generic 8. And then 1 Trishula of the Ice Barriers, or Ice Barrier Dragon. Nice because when it's Synchro Summoned, you can banish 1 card from the field, 1 card from your opponent's hand, and 1 card from your opponent's graveyard. And then 1 Trishula, 0 Dragon of the Ice Barriers. Really cool. When it's Synchro Summoned, you can banish 3 cards your opponent controls, and then if it's destroyed by battle or by card effect, you get to special summon 1 Trishula from the graveyard or extra deck. And then for the Exceeds, just 1 Totally Awesome, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Bahamut Shark. And then for a really small link lineup, we got the 1 Halqifibrax, 1 Marincess Coral Anemone, and 1 Borrelsword Dragon. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this deck profile, and hopefully it does help you out in some way. And again, if you have any suggestions, it'd be really awesome to hear them in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.